Hi, it's Jay Bass here, and today we are doing an extra sports video. I'm really excited about this. I hope you are too. Um, it's the college bowl games. The schedule is set, the teams are decided, and it starts on December 21st. And I'm really excited about this. Um, as you can see, I have my Christmas tree, so I'm ready for Christmas, but also I'm ready for the Christmas bowl games. Um, Excuse me, I just burped. I've already had to restart this once. I don't want to have to restart it again. Um, there are a lot of bowl games, as you can see. 2 pages. So this is probably going to be a long video, and I'm sorry for that if you get bored easily. Go get a cup of coffee or go to the bathroom. Whatever, but if I bore you, I am eternally sorry for that. And if you're excited about this as I am, you'll bear through it. Me and Roy like to pick our teams on who's going to win each bowl game. So, but I take in a lot of factors. I don't just think, oh, I like this team over that team. I take into consideration where they're playing. If they're a cold weather state and they're playing in a warm weather state bowl game, they might not do as well. So I have to take that into consideration as well. Um, so there's just a lot of things I think about, and but I'm going to tell you what the game is, where it's being played, the teams that are in it, the day, time, and channel, because I have all that crap. Um, I have this really beautiful uh, website that I found on my Kindle when I did a search, and it brought up a bunch of Bing websites, and as you can see, it's all listed there. So I'm going to be sharing all this with you. If you want to look for yourself, if you miss something, it's sbnation.com. And just do a general search on their website for college bowl games, and it'll bring everything up. And then you can make your own picks. Now, besides the website, that we have this paper, and this has the bowl game, the two teams playing, and which one me and Roy picked. Now, my picks are on the right, so I have to remember that. So, and then the last column, you see there's nothing written there. That's for the winner and the score. So just in case somebody is making their football picks, depending on what the final score is. Some people actually do an over-under. We don't. We just pick who we think is going to win. Because even if they win, they might not win by the right amount. And I used to make picks like that, and I stopped. Plain and simple, I stopped. So here we go. The first one listed is, this page just completely flipped, is the Gildan New Mexico Bowl. It's being played in Albuquerque, New Mexico at University Stadiums, December 21st at 2 p.m. on ESPN. It's between Colorado State and Washington State. I chose Washington State. I have no reasons for this. It's a warm state, and those are both cold teams, so there's no underlying thing there. I just picked Washington State. The next one is Royal Purple, Las Vegas. It's at Las Vegas at the Sam Boyd Stadium, December 21st at 3:30 p.m. on ABC. Fresno State versus USC. I picked USC because it's warm. Not that it matters because Fresno's warm too, but I just picked USC. My logic behind that pick is it was less letters for him to write down when he was putting my pick down on his paper. So, yeah. There's a little bit of logic and a lot of bullshit. So, next one is the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, being played in Boise, Idaho at Bronco Stadium. And it's between Buffalo and San Diego State. I chose Buffalo because Buffalo usually does get colder, and I know Idaho is pretty cold. So I picked Buffalo to win that. The next one is R&L Carriers New Orleans. And it's between Tulane and Louisiana Lafayette is being played in New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, December 21st, 9 p.m., ESPN. And I picked Louisiana Lafayette because, well, it's being played in New Orleans. Makes sense to me. So, Beef O'Brady's St. Petersburg is in Tropicana Field in Florida. St. Petersburg. It's between East Carolina and Ohio. And that one is December 23rd at 2 p.m. on ESPN. And I picked East Carolina. Because it's warm. And they're playing in a warm place. It's kind of warm. I don't know. I've heard a lot of bad things that it's been really cold up there. But I live in Florida now, so it's okay. The Sheraton Hawaii is in Honolulu at Aloha Stadium between Boise State and Oregon State. And I picked Oregon State. Because Boise and Oregon are both cold and they're playing in like one of the warmest places. They're playing in Hawaii, for crying out loud. So it doesn't matter. That's December 24th at 8 p.m. on ESPN. Little Caesars Pizza between Pitt and Bowling Green. They're playing at Detroit in Ford Field. December 26th at 6 p.m. on ESPN again. Seems like most of these are on ESPN. I picked Pitt. I lived in Pennsylvania for 15 years, so, you know, you gotta go with it. The San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl is in San Diego, Qualcomm. December 26th at, did I miss something? No. December 26th at 9:30 p.m. on ESPN. And I picked Utah. It's between Utah State and Northern Illinois, and I picked Utah. The next one is the Military Bowl by Northrop Grumman in Annapolis, Maryland, the Navy Marine Corps Stadium. December 27th, 2:30 p.m. on ESPN again. And it is between Marshall and Maryland. And I picked Maryland because they're in their home state. That's why. I told you, I really don't have any underlying motives for any of these things. That's just how I roll. We got Texas Bowl in Houston at Reliant Stadium, December 27th at 6 p.m. on ESPN. Between Syracuse and Minnesota, and I picked Syracuse. Really don't have any reason for that one. The Fight Hunger Bowl at San Francisco and AT&T Park is December 27th again, 9:30 p.m. on ESPN. Between BYU and Washington, and I picked BYU. My reason for that is BYU written out is a lot shorter than Washington. Yeah. Anyway, New Era Pinstripe Bowl in Bronx, New York at Yankee Stadium, December 28th at noon on ESPN, is between Rutgers and Notre Dame. I picked Notre Dame. I don't know why. Either team, I think it's really going to be a toss-up. I think either team has a great shot at winning that. So, yeah, next. So the Belk Bowl at Charlotte, North Carolina, Bank of America Stadium, December 28th at 3:20 p.m. on ESPN. It's between Cincinnati and North Carolina. I picked North Carolina. Probably because it's in Charlotte, North Carolina. I think that's probably why I picked that one. The next one is the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl. Really? I want some wings now, man. I missed one. Shit. Okay. Russell Athletic Bowl in Orlando, Florida, Florida Citrus Bowl, December 28th, 6:45 p.m. on ESPN between Miami and Louisville, and I picked Miami. Sorry about that. Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl is in Tempe, Arizona at the Sun Devil Stadium, December 28th, 10:15 p.m. on ESPN. And that's between Michigan and Kansas State, and I picked Kansas State. Bell Helicopter Armed Forces in Fort Worth, Texas, at the Ammon G. Carter Stadium, December 30th, 11:45 a.m. on ESPN, between Middle Tennessee and the Navy. And I picked the Navy because it's a military bowl and it's a military team. So go Navy. Franklin American Mortgage Music City in Nashville, Tennessee at LP Field. December 30th, 3:15 p.m. on ESPN. It's between Ole Miss and Georgia Tech. And I picked Ole Miss. No real reason. Just felt like picking it. The Valero Alamo Bowl in San Antonio, at the Alamo Dome, December 30th at 6:45 p.m. on ESPN, between Oregon and Texas. And I picked Texas because it's in Texas. You like my logic there? Can you see that? See what I did? Yeah. Next. National University Holiday Bowl in San Diego at Qualcomm, December 30th, 10:15 p.m. on ESPN. It is between Arizona State and Texas Tech. And I picked Arizona State. There's no logic behind that one. So we're just going to go with it. Advocare V100 in Shreveport, Louisiana at Independence Stadium, December 31st, 12:30 p.m. on ESPN. It's between Arizona and Boston College, and I picked Arizona. Once again, warm state. Well, it's warm during the day, but warm state, warm place. So, did I look at the wrong thing? I did the Advocare. Yeah. Okay, we're good. The Hyundai Sun Bowl is being played in El Paso, Texas at the Sun Bowl, December 31st, 2 p.m. on CBS. Different channel, so it's on CBS. So it's between Virginia Tech and UCLA, and I picked Virginia Tech. There's no logic on that one. So the next one is AutoZone Liberty Bowl in Memphis, Tennessee, December 31st at 4 p.m. on ESPN, between Rice and Mississippi State. And I picked Rice. Once again, my reason being because Rice is a short word. Just go with it. Don't question it. Just go with it. Chick-fil-A at Atlanta at the Georgia Dome, December 31st at 8 p.m. on ESPN, is Duke versus Texas A&M. I took Texas A&M. I don't know why. That's one of those I just don't know. I have to flip the page now because we just did an entire page. Now we have the TaxSlayer.com Gator Bowl. That's being played in Jacksonville, Florida at Everbank Field. It's January 1st at noon on ESPN 2. Not ESPN, it's ESPN 2. And that's between Nebraska and Georgia. And I picked Georgia. The next one is the Heart of Dallas, being played in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl, January 1st at noon on ESPN U. It's between UNLV and North Texas. I picked North Texas because it's in Texas, it's in Dallas. So that was the logic on that one. The Capital One Bowl, being played in Orlando, Florida at the Citrus Bowl, January 1st at 1 p.m. on ABC. So if you have the ability on your remote to do favorite channels, put ESPN2, ESPNU, ABC, ESPN, all on a rotation, so you can just hit that favorite button and it'll just go right through those channels. So you can check on all these games. Where was I? Orlando, Capital One Bowl. Wisconsin versus South Carolina. What did I pick? Capital One Bowl. Oh, I picked South Carolina because, you know, a family member lives there. Logic. The Outback Bowl in Tampa, Florida at Raymond James Stadium, January 1st at 1 p.m. on ESPN. Iowa versus LSU. I picked LSU. Rose Bowl game presented by Vizio in Pasadena, California at the Rose Bowl, January 1st at 5 p.m. on ESPN. If that's the game you're waiting for, being it's the Rose Bowl, it's at 5 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Eastern time. All the times that I'm listing are in Eastern time. So you have to do your thing. If you're 1 hour behind us, 2 hours behind us, 3 hours behind us, make sure that you're checking, because all the times I've said are in Eastern. So if you're in California, it would be at 2 p.m. But I'm in Florida, so it's at 5. Stanford versus Michigan State. And I picked Michigan State. So good luck to everybody. I saw the ends of both the games where those two teams made it to the Rose Bowl. And it was just so cute seeing them run around with a rose in their mouth. It was so cute. They were so happy. I love seeing happy people. Anyway, onward. Tostitos Fiesta Bowl between UCF and Baylor. It's in Glendale, Arizona at University of Phoenix Stadium, January 1st at 8:30 p.m. on ESPN. So it's right after the Rose Bowl. I picked UCF. Got to represent Florida, man, no matter where you are, because it's a warm state. The All-State Sugar Bowl in New Orleans at the Louisiana Superdome is January 2nd, 8:30 p.m. on ESPN. It's between Oklahoma and Alabama. I picked Bama. No logic. I just picked Bama. Like, that one was just, I was wavering on either one. I think they both have a good shot. So, that's it. Orange Bowl in Miami at Sun Life Stadium, January 3rd at 8 p.m. on ESPN. It's between Clemson and Ohio State, and I picked Clemson. So, do what you will. Now, I'm just telling you my picks. You don't have to pick the same teams. The AT&T Cotton Bowl in Arlington, Texas at AT&T Stadium, January 3rd, 7:30 p.m. on Fox. Oklahoma State versus Missouri. I picked Missouri. My mom lives there. That was the logic behind that one, so you can see that my brain works completely different than everybody else. The BBVA Compass Bowl in Birmingham, Alabama at Legion Field, January 4th, 1 p.m. on ESPN. It's between Vanderbilt and Houston. I picked Houston. It's a shorter word. So, yeah. Next, the GoDaddy Bowl in Mobile, Alabama at Ladd-Peebles Stadium, January 5th, 9 p.m. on ESPN, between Arkansas State and Ball State. I picked Ball. You want to know why? It's 4 letters. B-A-L-L. 4 letters. That's it. And it's a lot shorter than writing Arkansas State. Like, completely writing out. And then our Vizio BCS National Championship in Pasadena, California at the Rose Bowl, January 6th, 8:30 p.m. on ESPN, Florida State versus Auburn. I wanted to represent Florida State, but Roy picked it, and we have to have some that are different, so I went with Auburn. I honestly, I think either team has a shot. So good luck to both teams. Good luck to all the teams that are in all these games. That's it for my list. So. But those are my personal picks. I am not suggesting you pick those teams. And by the way, I am not betting on this. These are just because we like to make picks for fun. We do the same thing when the college basketball playoff things go around. We do the same thing. So we make picks. One year we actually got a giant piece of poster board, and he made this big, huge. Put my hands in the screen. There we go. Anyway, it was like this big. An actual chart, like brackets, so we were able to pick as we went. So it was pretty cool. But we don't put money on it or anything. I mean, We don't have any money to put on it. I don't make money off of this crap. I do this because it's fun, for the most part. So, but that's it. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. I hope you make valid picks. I hope you win all your picks. And I hope all these teams that are in these bowl games just have a lot of fun. It's not every day you get to make it to a bowl game. And if you're a spectator going to the bowl game, man, have a blast for me. Because I don't get to go to any of this stuff. I get to watch it on TV. But have fun, stay safe. Do not drive drunk if you go to a bowl game, please. Do not drive drunk. That's the absolute one thing I will not tolerate is drunk driving. So, good luck to everybody. Have fun, and I hope you like this video. Like, favorite, subscribe. There will be more extra videos out there at some point in time. So, I might even do an update video after all these bowl games are over, after each one's over, and I'll just tell you exactly what happened. So, I hope you have a great holiday, and I'll be back soon. I promise. Promise.